So, hello guys. I am here to tell you about the story of the two officers and an inmate. There are two female officers and an inmate. Now, this inmate was in prison, got a life sentence for selling dope, which always amazes me because you have child molesters, you have rapists, they get less time. So, I don't know what that was. But anywho, I'm going to tell you this story. He came to my unit, and again, when I worked at North Carolina Department of Corrections in Raleigh, and this also goes out to Miss Leslie Howard Falls. Because of you, I don't have a job, and I no longer can get a job in the correctional system in North Carolina. Yeah, I'm going to keep calling her name. I'm sorry, because it's wrong. Oh, yeah, shout out to my young man up there. Yeah, I ain't going back there. So, anyway, for some reason, people get infatuated by inmates. I don't know what, how, where, what, and when you think that it's okay to be with an inmate. They can't do jack for you. They can't do anything. They'll tell on you if you don't do what they ask you to do. Or they'll say, well, that nurse did it and you didn't. You can't do it. You don't want you. No, I'm not that nurse. My name is Nurse Cheryl. And I don't do what other nurses do. So these two nutty buddies, girls, they work different shifts. So that's how they didn't know about each other. And one would go and see, there's so many dumb things people do. There are areas in the prison where you can't be seen. And you can tell, and officers are going to protect each other, just like nurses should protect each other. But we don't, we eat our young. But they protect each other. So when they want to do a little do with an inmate, all they have to do is just tell everybody to be quiet, or, I got to take this, inmate to medical, or I got to take him to the hospital, or I got to take him to another unit. He has to go to the kitchen and clean up, blah, blah, blah. Any excuse will do. Okay, just to get that one inmate. They do it for drugs, they do it for whatever they do it for. Okay, but these two women would get him out of his cell, or actually had sex with him in his cell, or they would go to the kitchen, and it's a hallway there that nobody usually trails, but there are cameras there, but they're not. They're in places through that hall, but not where they should be. But anyway, the officers would know because they get to see the camera. So anyway, she would take him during the daytime, whenever she took him during the daytime. I don't see how you have time in the daytime because it's so busy during the day shift. You're passing out trays, you're pulling them, putting them outside rec. They're going to the kitchen to clean it. They're doing a lot of things. So they always need a head count on officers as well as your inmates, because you've got to make sure nobody's getting missing anywhere, supposed to anyway. But like I said, they cover for each other. Anyway, so that's what she was doing with him on first. Getting the do on first. Getting the dibs on first. He was loving it. Now, I'm pretty sure they were bringing him stuff that he shouldn't have even had. Cell phones, maybe even drugs. Because, like I said, he was locked up. He's locked up still. 25 years to life for drug trafficking. He ain't killed nobody, but you got... anyway, so the night shift officer also was doing the do with dude. Matter of fact, that officer got pregnant by the dude. So they had to wait till she had the baby to see if it was his child. I was gone by that time. Really wish I should just call. I might have to do that. I may just call somebody and see. But anyway, those two worked for shift this particular day. Here she is with her baby bump, a little baby bump in there, and here this officer is. Okay, so both of them kept talking to him and talking to him. Both of them were around him, talking to him. And so it was a thing of, why are you talking to him so much? Like, and looking at him like, why are you all up in her grill? What is going on here? So somehow the cat got out of the bag, and them two got into it on the unit. cursing each other out over an inmate. Over a freaking inmate. You're in love with an inmate. You're getting attention from an inmate who messes with whomever, whenever, however he wants to. And guess who's going to pay the price at the end of the freaking day? Your stupid ass. Okay? You got Priya. I done talked about Priya before. In North Carolina, they don't play with that. Literally, they don't. You're going to pay either your ass is getting terminated, get put in prison, along with a fine, or however they want to handle it with you. But something's going to happen to you. I can promise you that. So, they got through with their fussing and the arguing and the cursing and everything out. And here he comes on my unit. I'm talking about, hey, not sure how you doing. I'm looking at him like, how the hell you know me? I don't know you. But apparently, when you are a nurse that don't put up with crap, they know you. Because, inmates talk like females. I only deal with male inmates. So they talk like females. Everybody know the word of the day. Yeah. Nurse Cheryl got on some new shoes. Don't worry about my fucking shoes. Okay. I said, you got your fro out today. I sure do, but it ain't yours, so don't worry about it. I just make sure they literally understand I ain't dealing with you. So, yes, he came on my unit with that attitude. Oh, Nurse Cheryl, how you doing? You looking nice today, Nurse Cheryl. And I said, what is this motherfucker up in here for? What is he here for? And they just looked at me and started laughing. Like, no, sure, we got to put him in a cell over here. What for? What's he doing? And they said, well, it's an investigation. And I said, can you tell me about it? They said, it's an investigation, Nurse Cheryl. I'm like, okay. That means we can't talk about it in front of the inmate. Okay, so I looked at him. You got any health problems, anything I need to know? Do your once over and... all right, put him in the cell, whatever cell you're going to put him in. He's fine. He's just fine, walking, talking. And he thought he was the best looking somebody of nobody, child. I don't know who told him he looked good. Them big old glasses he had, and he got a big ass nose and just a little short doo-wop or nothing. But he had charisma. See, when people know they don't have one thing, they substitute it with something else. He was charismatic, literally. If you saw him on the street or something, he come up to you and talking, I could see how a woman would be like, oh, yeah, but not me, because you're an inmate. So go on to your room. So this is the part to get big. At that particular day, neither one of them knew each other in that way. They passed each other, but they didn't know each other that way, the females. And then they got into it because of him. And then they walked out of the building. Now, they didn't get walked out yet. They walked out talking and still cursing each other out. They put them out outside of the prison. They got outside and was blowing hands, okay, or throwing hands, whatever. They were just punching each other out over this inmate. I can't, okay? What the living? What were you thinking? So I am going to say, once that baby was found out to be his child, Priya kicked in. Priya really kicked in. Yeah, and I believe they found video of her, the one that wasn't pregnant, but the one, she wasn't pregnant, but they found video of her having sex with him and oral sex. And then her husband left her. See, if you got a good man at home, when the rest of us are trying to figure out where the hell they at, where are they? Well, I suggest you stay your ass at home with what you got. And if you're not happy with what you got, be respectful and tell the man. Because now he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed in front of his friends, his family, all of that. Because you were sleeping with a freaking inmate. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And then you're going to fight in the parking lot, knowing that the damn cameras is going to be on you. What? No, you're going to be on news. I mean, come on. What? What's wrong with you? I mean, women. I understand we want love. I'm in that crew. I'm in that same group. We want love. That's just, we were made to be loved and adored and be on a man and a man be on you. That's just what we were made for. But I will not. Let me tell you again. I don't care what nobody says. You will not mess up my life over an inmate. No, not going to happen. So the outcome was, I don't know. But I do know she was pregnant, and she got to fight with a girl over him, and she wasn't pregnant. They threw blows out there. They found out about each other on another unit. He was on my unit and still trying to holler at somebody. Nigga, please, sit your ass down. Don't say nothing about my shoes. Don't say nothing about my hair, my smile, my lips, my nothing. I don't give a damn. All right. Thank you for coming to listen to my show of nothingness but somethingness. And that's all I have for you today. I was give a shout out to my little man right there. I love him to death. Oh, Lord. And I'm not going back there. Okay. So you can follow me, please, on TikTok. I would love for you to. I am Black Nurse Tears on there. On Facebook, I am Nurses Against Racism. And on Instagram, at that Black Nurse 2025. And I think the other one is DD 2025 or something like that. Either way, child, just go find me. I'm everywhere. I appreciate you coming and listen to my little story, though. And hopefully you'll come back and get another one. All right. Bye.